Fire danger growing across the state. Thousands of personnel staffing intense and dangerous fires tonight. Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry is tracking the conditions that are triggering evacuations in the Fairbanks area. Melissa.
Yeah, John, a lot to track as we're going into this holiday weekend, but that increased wildfire activity is leading to increased evacuation levels in two different areas of the interior. The Nenana Ridge complex southwest of Fairbanks is under a level 3 go evacuation order. This is from the Parks Highway from milepost 325 to 330. Travel in this area is not advised. Those needing to travel should be prepared for pilot car guidance when it is open. And southeast of Fairbanks, people along the middle and lower Salcha River are being told to be ready to evacuate at a moment's notice, as the weather is a major factor of where these flames will go next.
In order to determine how dangerous it is, it's what are the weather patterns happening right now, and with the red flag weather concerns that we've got, the hot, dry, windy conditions, in combination with where the property is and where people go, is what we look at.
And you do want to watch out for changes in traffic patterns. Drivers along the Elliott Highway near mile 15, for example, are asked not to stop on the road or the shoulder due to the nearby Himalaya fire. Warm and dry conditions are expected into the weekend, but the danger isn't limited to just the interior. Other regions are experiencing conditions that are prime for wildfire starts. Now, joining us tonight is Anchorage Fire Department Captain Richard Minkler. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us here tonight. I do want to start with the wildfire response. Now, you are just at that Bear Creek fire, one of the largest fires in the state, now close to 30,000 acres. What was your experience like there?
So the Anchorage Fire Department sent a task force to assist the State of Alaska Division of Forestry on the Bear Creek incident. Our main role up there was to do structural assessment, structural triage, and then to develop and implement a structure protection plan. This included both thinning and removal of fuels using chainsaws and hand crews, as well as building and placing sprinklers around all different properties, along with fold-the tanks. Should the fire come, they'd be a standalone and left-in-place protection plan.
Glad to have those crews on the ground. Now, this is a big holiday weekend and one that often comes with extra risk. What should people be keeping in mind when they're thinking about lighting fireworks, going camping, setting campfires, even just traveling across the state?
Yeah, well, the first thing we want to remind people of is fireworks are not allowed in the municipality of Anchorage at any time. So the 4th of July and New Year's Eve are always really big celebrations, and the Anchorage Fire Department does do extra staffing to accommodate the possibility of increased calls. Along with that, we always want to tell people to practice fire safety, but especially on this weekend, with the hot and dry conditions that we've experienced for the past week, with little to no precipitation for quite some time, the fire danger is currently at high, with the possibility of going to very high over the next day or two. So with that, just be safe. If you're going to have barbecues, those are allowed, either gas or charcoal. Any open flame or any open fire, campfires, burn barrels where people tend to burn trash or construction debris, those are not allowed with the current burn ban in place. So if you are going to have barbecue, we always recommend that you move it away from the house, possibly have a hose line in place if you're going to have it on the lawn if you have nowhere else. But we really want to get the message across to people to practice fire safety this weekend, because we are looking at the possibility of wildfire moving through Anchorage quite rapidly with the current conditions.
Right, and if people are unsure what the regulations are like for their area, how would they check on those?
So the Anchorage Fire Department has a website. It's wildfire.muni.org, and on there they can look and see, and it shows each and every day what the burn ban is, or if it's allowed, and what conditions that precipitate that. So we always recommend people do that each and every day, especially those on the hillside. Anchorage Fire Department's been conducting a large number of Firewise home assessments, and we always include that in our packet to the people to go on to that, and it will alert people also, of changing conditions, which we want to definitely make sure the public is aware of.
All right. Thank you, Anchorage Fire Department Captain Richard Minkler. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Sounds like people need to just be smart this weekend. Now, I do want to talk about those weather conditions. Widespread red flag warnings and heat advisories are in place. This is from the central interior, the Canadian border, all the way west into Seward Peninsula throughout the Brooks Range. This is where temperatures are climbing. And I added the wind speeds here to show you that is a major factor as we head into this weekend. Should a fire start that is not already there. These winds could cause it to spread and grow very rapidly. And then all of the fires that we do have burning, again, firefighters are going to be watching those winds closely to determine, again, where those flames are headed next. So we do have hot and dry conditions all the way through Saturday. Those winds picking up for the interior. And that heat advisory extending for all of the areas that you see highlighted here in orange. Right now, it's 80 degrees in Fairbanks, 74 in McGrath. We're seeing those mid-70s in Kotzebue, upper 60s in Anchorage, just slightly above normal for South Central. We're going to kick it up a notch tomorrow at this time, upper 60s, mid-80s in Fairbanks, Juneau in the mid-60s, still at 70 degrees in Bethel. And if you do have plans to travel down to the 4th of July parade in Anchorage, really pleasant conditions to get out and about and enjoy it. Temperatures at 60 degrees when the parade kicks off at 11:65 degrees by noon. And if you're headed to the 4th of July weekend in Seward for Mount Marathon, looking at nice conditions there as well. 65 and mostly sunny on Friday. We'll see the clouds rolling back in on Saturday, but any significant rain is going to hold off until Sunday. So, John, it's going to be a fun weekend. Just keep it safe, be smart. We should have a good time.
All right.